So, dear children, I want to show you here that today's first TLO is what? Able to tell the meaning of history. Children will able to tell the directions, names, and use in daily basis in real life. Observe the historical monument carefully and note the observations for presentation. So these are the main three TLOs that you have to learn from these lessons. So now I'm presenting this video, very small video, and please listen it carefully. So what happened? Just I saw it was working.
Introduction. Katie was reading a book on Golconda Fort. She was so interested in reading the book that she missed her lunch. When her elder sister saw her interest in learning about the fort, she decided to tell more about it. Let us also see information about the fort. In this lesson, you will learn about Golconda Fort. Objectives. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to discuss Golconda Fort and its important features like walls, gate, and fountains. Discuss the arrangements for water in earlier times. Discuss items kept in museum. Reaching Golconda. Golconda Fort is located in Hyderabad. A fort is a strong building with a wall around it where sultans, ruling people, soldiers, and other people can stay and be safe from the enemy. Golconda Fort was built at height, has thick walls and huge gate to secure the fort from enemies. Bastions. On the outer fort wall, there are round-shaped structures called bastions for security of the fort. Big holes were made in them to increase the viewing area, and thus the soldiers peeping through could see the approaching enemy. Inside the fort has beautiful carvings on the walls with windows and doors for ventilation. There are many palaces inside the fort, which tells that kings, farmers, and other people lived in the fort. The fort has huge tanks and water fountains. It also has cannons, a type of gun made of bronze, used by Aurangzeb when he attacked Golconda Fort, but he was not able to enter the fort. Arrangement of water. There was an efficient water supply arrangement in the fort. The bullocks moved the drum, which in turn moved the toothed wheel, and thus water is lifted from the well. Pipes were used to carry water to different parts of the fort. Hyderabad Museum. Hyderabad Museum keeps many items like pots, jewelry, swords, and more. Pots and pans are made up of brass or clay. Summary. Let us summarize what we have learned. Golconda Fort is located in Hyderabad. The fort has beautiful carvings on the wall with windows and doors for ventilation. Pipes were used to carry water to different parts of the fort.
I hope a very small video is presented in front of you about the fort. Yes, what does it mean? The first part, that is, where is the Golconda Fort? It is in Hyderabad city. Definitely, some of you might have visited. Definitely, it's a very good tourist place which come under the Archaeological Survey of India. Definitely, if you get a chance, please go and visit and observe. The construction was made long back. Now we are living in a modern era. How the houses were constructed in these days and how the palaces were constructed in long days. What does it show? It's near about 500, 600, more than 5 to 600 years ago. The Arnav Khandyal, please mute yourself. The fort was constructed. The walls were very, very thick. There was the bastions, the bronze gun, then bronze guns were there. then the bastion, then the small holes to take care of the fort so the enemies will not enter in the fort. Near the wall, a pit is dug so that they cannot climb the wall. This was the arrangement. In olden days, there were no electricity, there were no pipes, but even though the pipes were made with the help of mud and the water is circulated in every part or every corner of that fort, as picture showed how bulls were held to carry the water from one place to another. The another thing is about the water fountain. As you know, to make any palace, any a monument make beautiful and attractive, it is made decorative. The water fountains were made in front of the palace, which attract the tourists to visit that place. So whenever you go to the new place, like hotels, like railway stations, or a new building, so it made very attractive. You used to watch it, you used to take photographs. उसको आप बोलेंगे सेल्फी सेल्फी लेना आपको बहुत पसंद है अच्छी जगह मिली तो आप सेल्फी लेते हैं यस सो दिस इज द
Science,
या
it is
प्लीज
not
I will allow you to
selfie.
discuss later
It
on that.
is selfie.
Darsh, will you wait, please? I will allow you to speak later on. Afterwards, there one Salarganj museum also there. The things which were made in olden days. Nowadays, it is not possible as well as it is very costly too. And these things are presented, well decorated, well displayed in the museum. In last period also we discussed there are so many museums in India. The museums are made for displaying the different items. So if you see the museums, if you visit, definitely you will learn. The another fact of this lesson why we are learning for this because we have to know about the history. What does it mean history? What happened 100 years back, 50 years back, 70 years back, 1000 years back? Everything is written, mentioned, recorded with photographs or some carving, and that we have to study and we have to understand. We have to understand about the good thing as well as the bad thing. In our society, there are so many people, they are always doing good work. But there are some people too who used to do bad things. So in the history, when you read, when you collect information, there were so many good people who worked for the welfare of the society. There are so many people, kings and kingdoms, who destroyed their destinies. And because of that, a lot of people were disturbed. They surrendered their lives, they died, their families become orphanage. Though these words are a little bit difficult for you, but you have to read and understand. Now, I would like to come on the discussion part. It's my humble request, one and all. It's my humble request, one and okay, Karthik Saturva, your question is very good. What does it mean by the ventilation? Yeah, you take your example of your classroom your home. The door in front of the door, a window will be there so that air can pass easily in your house. There is no need of a fan. That is called as a ventilation. Air can go easily. That is a ventilation. Very good. Even for the sunlight also very good, Sanvi. So I would like to glance your attention towards the history and the present situation. Have you heard? Please listen carefully. Either don't ask me, sir, I don't know this. We heard in news, in books, in storybooks, there were people, they fought each other for various reasons. Have you heard? In these days, there are countries where people are fighting and they were are killing by the gun. If yes, please raise your hand. Do not interrupt in between. Yeah, Komal, please tell me your opinion. After Komal, Shivraj will tell. Komal, I gave chance to Komal. Komal, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
But I can't see you. Please put on your camera.
Sir, network difficulty, that's why I cannot open my camera.
That's completely wrong. I'm 100% sure. You just try.
No, sir.
You just try.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
कैमरा ऑन एक इस तरह का. Sir, can you see me?
Yes. But I want to see your school uniform. Then you answer my question.
Sir, I'm not wearing school
I
uniform.
know. I know. That's why you are not putting your camera. I'm sure better.
No,
No
sir.
problem. Please don't tell lie. But I like your answer. Yes. Please tell me
The
the answer.
Sir, I understand that the fort has beautiful carving on the wall with windows and doors for ventilation.
Okay, but this is not my question, Komal. My question is that if you are connecting with past and today's situation, there is always quarrel between the two states, between the two countries, and there will be attack, a bomb blast. They are
Sir,
shooting the other people. Have you heard any news about it? Where you heard, and what about the news? Do you know any
sir,
idea?
no,
Yes.
sir, I have no idea.
Okay, no problem. I do understand.
Sir,
Yeah, Karthik Satrwar would like to tell about the
Sir,
war and all. Please
sir,
don't
in
interrupt in between.
Afghanistan,
Yes.
Taliban is ruling.
Yeah. Now, Afghanistan is our neighboring country. Yes, in Afghanistan, now the Talibani people they were attacking and they were ruling. And the Afghanistan government is run away. You have to know little information. Very good, Karthik Saturwar. I am very happy to hear your answer. Shivraj also ready. Shivraj, would you like to add something more?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please tell me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In Afghanistan, in there are Talibani ruling themselves, and the Afghanistan's people are fighting for their country.
Yes, they are fighting, they are asking the justice for them. They are overruled by the others. So they are troubling the people, and when they are attacking, when there is a fight between two countries, what will happen when two people, two country, two state, two community is fighting? What will happen in the future? What will
Sir,
happen there? See, listen the question and answer accordingly. Yes, Sastik Samantha, now you tell me according to my question.
Taliban has shooted two planes in Afghanistan in a building of Afghanistan.
Okay, well tried. Samiksha.
Yes, sir. Sir, can you repeat the question?
That's why I told you you have to listen carefully.
Sir, I have listened
Samiksha,
carefully, but I
it's
forgot.
okay, okay, no problem. There may be a network issue, I do understand, no problem. Yes, when there is a fight between state, countries, communities, the common people always suffer. They suffer for the food, they suffer for the water, they suffer for the food, they suffer for the shelter. And it's very difficult. Fighting is not the solution. And this thing we have to study from the history. What happened in the past, and we have to plan accordingly that it should not happen in upcoming days. We have to solve with the treaty. We have to solve the problem with the treaty. Treaty means to understanding between the two communities, two countries, two states, two parties. This is called as a treaty. Dear children, I am using very friendly and familiar word in front of you. Please try to understand. For that, you have to read little bit more. Now, now, please listen what I am giving you. If it is if it is possible, definitely you may be young at that time. You may be young at that time. You might visited the places, you might observe the places, but you don't remember. Now, you just recollect your memories and try to write down. For that, you can interact with your family members. Definitely, they will help you. Now, I would like to present the same thing. Just wait. I hope it is visible to one and all.
Yes, sir, visible.
Yes, it is there with you, but you are not finding it. Yes. Now, this is the textbook which already with you. Please go through all the words carefully. I have already shared all the question and answers in the Google Classroom. Okay. Now I'm talking about the Golconda Fort map. Here is a map. You can see in any map, the north direction is mentioned on the top of the page, east direction is mentioned on the right side, and west direction is mentioned to the left hand side, and south is always to the bottom side. Now, one more direction is there between north and east, that is called as northeast. Then another direction in between where Golconda Fort is mentioned, that is the northwest. Then is the west, that is the southwest, and the east south or southeast. So this direction, yes. So on the basis of this map, the questions were asked here. Yes, I hope you will go through it. Now here I'm reading some questions for you. Have you recently read or heard about any country attacking or going to war with another country? Yeah, absolutely. You answered me nicely. That is the Talibanis are troubling to Afghanistan, and even Pakistan is troubling to India. Frequently, they are attacking. Find out what was the reason for this war. Have you discussed with your elders why they are troubling, why they are attacking, what kind of weapons they were used in this war? If you're watching the TV, they are showing they are having very, very big guns. Yes, even missiles. What kind of destruction was caused because of this? If you heard the news, they were hanging. They were hanging to the aeroplanes. They were just running behind the aeroplane. And because of that, they are destroying their houses too. Now, we'll go ahead. Now, here is a water arrangement as we already discussed, and five cement pipe. Now, the next question is about the survey. What does it mean? If you do observe and write in your word, then you will learn better. Now, this is the work I would like to give you in the classwork. Survey and write. Now, suppose you had been to some places. Is there any old building or monument near your house which people come to see? If yes, name it. All children might have visited Shaniwar Wada. How many of you visited? Please mention in the chat box. How many of you visited the Shaniwar Wada? Yes. Just to mention I. 100% most of the students visited Shaniwar Wada. This is a historical monument. If not, no problem. You have seen the movie. A movie is quite famous about the Shaniwar Wada. Can you name the movie? Samiksha Patil. I want to know from you. Can you name the movie name? Shaniwar Wada. Samiksha Patil. Samiksha Patil, I'm asking you.
Sir, no.
Hmm?
Sir, I think Bajirao Mastani.
Yes, Sanvi Magar exactly wrote here. Bajirao Mastani, what is the Shanirwar Wada and how it is important, what is the beauty of that palace, you can see in the movie. Yeah, even in Panipat also. Very good, Yashraj. So you
Sir,
have to,
and Tanaji also.
yes, Tanaji also. Yes, very good. May I know the name of the actor and actress in the Tanaji film? This question is for Kasturi.
Ajay
Actor,
Devgan.
yes.
Sir, Ajay Devgan and Kajol Diji.
Oh, excellent. You know their names too. I'm very happy to hear from you. Excellent. So, purposely, I took this question for your survey. So, you had been to the Shaniwar Wada. Have you ever gone to see the old monument? Which was that? And did you feel it told you a story? What could you know about those time for it? Whenever you visit that place, certain information boards are displayed there. Have you read it? Have you note down in your diary what was written there? If you know, if you someone told you, especially your elders, please write in 2 3 sentence the speciality of that monument. How old was it and how did you know? Yeah, it is already mentioned on the display board. The Shaniwar Wada is more than 500 years old, 700 years old, and it is mentioned there on the board. What was it made of? It is made up of the wood and the stone. What color was it? Blackish color. Were there any special kind of designs on the old building? Yeah, of course, some designs are there. The Modi language written. Draw them in your notebook. If it is possible, you can draw. You can take the photograph and paste. Who used to live there in the olden days? Bajirao Peshwe, and so many rulers you can mention there, Raghunath Rao and all. What kind of activities took place there? What kind of activities took place in Shaniwar Wada? Meetings, dance programs, cooking, some planning of the fighting. Do some people still live there? I think according to me, none of they are leaving now. The entire Shaniwar Wada is already destroyed. Only the some part is lying there. This is about the Shaniwar Wada. It is not necessary that you have to write about the Shaniwar Wada. You can write about any monument. I hope. Now here is another picture. Make your own museum. Whatever things you have collected, you should have a good collection theme. You should have a good collection hobby. If you collect, if you preserve, you can display it. When you see this painting shows that how Taj Mahal was constructed and how people were engaged. In olden days, photography, videography was not possible, but they are doing the painting so that this picture shows that how people were creative and they were preserving the old memories in the form of art. So, what we have learned that the names are mentioned in this story. The Sangita thinks it is useless to keep old things in a museum. How would you convince her that it is important to have a museum? Each and everything, the old memories. Take your own example of your own birthday. When you see your photographs when you are 1 year old, 2 year old, 3 year old, how you are cute, you're innocent, how you're crying, how you're smiling, you laugh yourself. So these memories make you happy. Why do you think a chapter is named Walls Tell the Stories? Now, this is the question for you. Why the chapter name is mentioned here? Walls Tell the Stories. Yes, of course, Sanvi Magar. Please come forward and tell your opinion. I would
Yes,
like to see your face. Yes, please
yes,
go ahead. Your camera is not
yes,
working. Sanvi, your camera is not working.
yes,
Yeah, please go ahead. Still, you have not purchased the school uniform.
yes, yes. So, sir, just a minute.
Yeah.
Sir, that there are designs on the walls of many big monuments that represent and tell us a story. That there is a reason behind those designs made on the walls on large monuments.
Yeah, of course, your answer is absolutely correct. Because in olden days, just I said, there was no photography and there were no videography. Such facility was not available, and because of that, people were carving the things on the walls, and it was preserved for hundreds and thousands years. And because of that, the name of this chapter is "Walls Tell the Stories." What was happening in olden days? So you have to understand this. Yes, any other student would you like to tell something about this lesson? Walls tell the stories. Why the name is kept like this? Yeah, Arya Karatmol right. Karthik Saturwar also right, correct. Even Darsh also write something about the Jaipur. Very good. Yeah, Samiksha, go ahead. I can see you.
Sir, I think this lesson is about vulture stories because in this lesson only it is given about olden days and likes.
Yes, well tried, Samiksha. Well tried. So, what was the old of planning of construction, planning of water facility? Yes, Diksha Singh want to say about the fort. And near Pune, you can visit within one day 5 to 10 fort. You can visit every Saturday, Sunday. But nowadays, still government is not allowing you to visit such places. Still for further time, wait and watch. If you
So
get chance,
Kasturi wants to
wait,
tell.
wait, wait, wait. I want to see your face. Then only I will allow you. So, whenever you get chance, please try to visit the places, collect the information, write the information in the diaries. Whenever you go for a tour, you should have your diary and write your memorable observations, what you like, what you don't like. So this is about the lesson. Now I want to show you something. Please glance here. Now this is your class. This is your classroom. Now here is 2 minute video. Just I shown to you. Here one more 12-minute video. Please let me allow to speak. Kasturi.
The presentation is not visible.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you for remembering. Yeah. And now I'm again presenting you. I hope it is visible to you all.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we learn about the history meaning. We learn about the directions that fort is mentioned. The map of the fort is mentioned. Mapping your way, chapter number 8. It is there in maths textbook. You will study this one. Observe the historical monument carefully and note the observation for the preservation. Yeah, you told about the painting and all and how we can preserve it. It is our responsibility. We should not harm. Please check your mic. Do not interrupt in between. It is our responsibility. We should not harm. We should not tear. We should not make any shabby thing on this historical monument. So, dear children, this 2 minute video, this 12-minute video, and this 27-minute video is quite explanative. If you listen it, you will get more content in Hindi, and all the question and answers of the lesson is attached here. Please go through it, read it. First thing, go through it and read it. Now the next thing is, that is the homework of this chapter. What is the homework of the chapter? I have already attached here question and answers, but it is not compulsory to read. Yeah, it is compulsory to read, but not compulsory to write. Yeah, just you see about the Golconda Fort, all these five important words, then very simple fill in the blanks are there, and just five more questions are mentioned here. Now next is the Sunita William questions. I request you all, you go through it. These you will write in your EVS notebook. And I expect that tomorrow you will bring the EVS notebook in first week class. Either you can give to class में बोलो class में. Okay. So this is about the walls tell the stories, question and answers. Another thing I would like to tell you, please listen. Here, one more is there. One more sheet is here. Write few lines about the Golconda Fort. If you see the Golconda Fort, these 8 important words are there, and it is mentioned in these 6 lines. If you read, your concept will be clear. Now here will be the cannon. Can you see this bronze cannon, a gun, a long gun? Now here are some historical word: history, bastion, army, museum, cannon, and then the mashak. I hope a leather bag that we already discussed in chapter 6 too. So this is very small information. If you read it, definitely you will remember for a longer period. I already share one more link here that I already shown to you. And here is the question and answers from the chapter. So it's my humble request, read, read, and read. And we will discuss the same chapter one more day. And I have planned your lat for the same chapter. Once again, I'm telling you, I have already planned. Can you see this? 5 EVS lat number 10, attempt the lat number 10 before 9 p.m. on 19th date. Can you see here 19?
Yes, sir.
Can
Yes,
you see
sir.
19?
Sir.
Yes. I already prepared and I already posted here, but it will be open. It will be open on Monday morning 9 o'clock. So for that,
Sir.
if you read all these, you can do in a better way. Thank you, dear children. If you understand the chapter, you can leave the class. If you have the doubt, please wait a moment.
Sir. Thank you, sir. Bye, sir. Bye,
No,
sir.
no,
Bye,
stop.
sir.
No, stop.
Bye.